Next up is Christian Herro. Christian is an engineer at NextPoint and an organizer of DevOps Days Madison. Happening, when is that happening? October 30th and 31st. Yep, get your tickets now. When's the CFP close?
What?
Is your CFP open?
It's still open.
See, it's closed at the end of the month. Thank you, Josh. All right. He's been an ops person for nearly 20 years. Christian enjoys dancing, live music, board games, and has a very ridiculous cat. He is also, and this had no bearing in whether I picked him or not, one of my oldest friends. Please welcome Christian Herro.
Hey there. My name is Christian, and I got my career started at a large retailer here in Minneapolis, who you may or may not have heard of. But what I'm here to talk to you about is the talk that I wish that I'd heard at my first DevOps days. You can make changes in your environment. And Babylon 5, Minneapolis' own AV wizard Joe gave an amazing talk about this groundbreaking sci-fi series at DevOps Days Madison last year. And if you don't believe me that it's the most influential sci-fi show of the 90s, go argue with him. Anyway, DevOps Days is a gathering of people, ideas, and communication, much like Babylon 5. And if you haven't heard of it, it's a sci-fi show from the 90s. It was way ahead of its time. A story about people, relationships, exchanging ideas. Anyway, they're great. They're full of amazing ideas, and you know, we get back to work, and then nothing ever seems like it's going to work out right. Nothing's as easy as it sounded at DevOps Days. No one wants to work together. You've got attacked from all sorts of directions, and you know, you're just like, what the heck's going on? Why isn't this working? Why are we using this tool? Never ever use this tool. It's the worst. Or, you know, you can't find the awesome tool that does the thing that you heard about that's so amazing. Anyway, slowly you realize that everything is just not going to be okay. It's the worst. We've all been there. You know, projects go wrong. You start to feel terrible. You start railing against the darkness. You know, if you're dramatic like me, or, you know, if your background information is a space opera. Higher powers might tell you something along the lines of, no, we can't do this. You know, we don't have the money for that. We don't have the resources. Or like this guy, they might just say Zog. I don't know, whatever. Afterwards, you're got the projects that's, you know, they start off great, and then the first error happens, and everybody's just pointing fingers, blaming each other. That's kind of the worst, too. So, other things can happen. You can have just those things that go wrong out of nowhere. The S3 outage, everything just feels bad. Anyway, so let's not make it a power struggle. Let's start communicating with each other. We want to empathize and communicate, and yeah, think about what you have the power to change. Center yourself, focus, grab the closest people to you at work or wherever. Think about what you can do to make small incremental improvements in your workplace. Talk it out. Go to a meetup. Start a meetup. 3 years ago, I was here. 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago, I was here for my first DevOps days, and it was incredible. And I started a meetup with somebody who's in the front row, and we are now doing DevOps Days Madison, and it's awesome. You should go. CFP is still open, as Joe mentioned. But working together, you can make small incremental changes at work. Start with a blameless post-mortem in your team, or, you know, it doesn't have to be anything huge. You can make small changes together, and it'll slowly build into something that your entire workplace will appreciate. That is about it. Anyway, you will have that moment where you realize that the things that you did together, these small changes, made a big difference in your workplace. And it's because you listened to other people on other teams, you had empathy for them, you listened, you had that one moment of perfect beauty as you made that first change. Anyway, Babylon 5 is currently streaming for free on go90.com. It's amazing. And yeah, DevOps Days Madison, second year. We're still accepting proposals. And fight Joe.